We're halfway through the fall regular season with our Week 5 podcast, and we're catching up with Tom Nerl this morning. Coach, how we doing?
Rob, we're doing great with this kind of fall weather out there. I don't think it can be anything but great. So we will take it. God, what a beautiful morning out there today. It's a cloudless sky. Kind of makes you think back to 2001, that terrible morning there.
Ooh.
So we're filming this on 9/11. So just want to remember the families of those people we lost in the towers and the Pentagon and Pennsylvania that day, but also all the first responders, the firefighters, the police, the paramedics, just anybody who got caught up in that day and lost their lives in the battle afterwards. We want to remember them. This generation's Pearl Harbor. We just want to remember them today on 9/11.
Can you believe it's been 22 years?
It's unbelievable. It was my first year at Mariemont, and it was like the second week of school, and we're going on and walking down the hallway, and I remember the cafeteria lady saying, "We've been attacked," and I was like, "Wow, going on here." And we shut down activities for a couple of days and no practice, and just really just a crazy time. We think COVID was a crazy time. Wow, those couple of days were really crazy. So just thinking of their families this week.
Good thoughts, Tom. Very good thoughts. Let's switch into high school sports now. Let's start with football. The Warriors traveled to Indian Hill on Friday. Do you guys still do your bonfire the week before and do?
We do. So the night before, we're out the log cabin out in Terrace Park, and
Sure.
It's a great time. The band is there, the cheerleaders there leading chants and cheers. The football team's there. It's a great chance for the community to come together, and and we have the bonfire and we go on. And this might be the earliest that I remember playing Indian Hill in the season. So with the football season starting a week earlier this year and playing them week 4, it's really kind of odd because it wasn't dark when we lit the bonfire. So just a great night to kick things off. The game did not end up so great for us. We closed the gap to 21-28, and then they busted off a 71-yard run. So it wasn't close after that, but some good efforts out of our guys there going into it, and Indian Hill pulling it together, of course, for John Rodenberg's 200th win. John's a longtime coach here in the city. So good for him, bad for us. But we just got bounced back this week, and that's how we're going to measure ourselves on how far we fall, how far we bounce back. Just got some tremendous efforts out of some individuals at this point in the season. And Charlie Tully leading our team. He's our leading passer and our leading rusher right now. We've got Max Duckwall and Finn Warden in the backfield, Ryan Glassmeyer, and some others on the receiving corps. On the defensive side, Jack Simpson and Lawson Wade just pulling up the effort there. So we're 2-2. It's a break-even point. We need to start getting some points on the computer standing. So 2-2 with a woulda coulda in there, and a pretty resounding loss. So we've got junior high night this week. It'll be another fun night in Kusel Stadium as we bring our junior high teams up to recognize them before the game, and just a lot of spirit in the stands. That's Finneytown coming to town this week. So hopefully a bounce back week. They're very athletic. They're very fast. So we'll do our best to keep up with them and get back on the left side of the ledger.
All right. Well, best of luck. Best of luck to football team as they host Finneytown this Friday on junior high night.
Yep.
Let's switch over to cross country.
Yep.
It looks like the runners went to Mason Invitational over the weekend, and what a great morning to run for sure. It was almost a little cool. It was almost hooded sweatshirt weather almost.
Yeah, it was for everyone like us that stand around and watch. I think the runners like it a little cool, and talking to them over the years, they like a little. I think they like it where they just have to wear their gloves and run. But so it probably be a little bit cooler for them. But yeah, good turnouts there at Mason. Mason is just such a large meet. They have the junior high on Friday night and the high school meet on Saturday morning. But some great performances. I believe the girls were in their division were the highest finishers of the Ohio teams, and yeah, we had Mary McIntosh leading the way there at Mason for the Warriors, and then Grace Mavrodoglu behind her, and Caroline Buck behind her. So Buck and Mavrodoglu, they've been pretty good staples for us for the last 3 years, and the three of those are having outstanding seasons. So good for them on
Yes.
representing us at Mason. And on the boys' side, Ben Fonstock, he pulled it together, led the team, also led the race. So the medalist in that race at Mason, that's quite an accomplishment with that field there, as big as it is. And then Caleb Erickson finished 10th for us, or finished 10th in the race, and then our second finisher. So good races for them. We've got some good runs coming up here. Great weather for them to run. Probably need a little bit of rain some point to water those horses down. But yeah, just a great season so far. They're off to a really good start. So good luck to them as we go into it this week.
Does coach on those big invitationals like Mason, do they like participating in those and kind of getting the team ready for postseason? Is that kind of a good what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, it's a good challenge. It's a good measuring stick for them. We like it because in our league we cross paths with everybody. We cross paths with, Madera and Wyoming at all these meets, and we're kind of the top teams in our division. So as we go out there, it's good to go to these larger meets with the larger schools. Because they have faster runners, and we want you want to run with them. You need some pace setters, and so if we have some people that are leading our league and they're always out front, you want to chase some people every once in a while, kind of like the rabbit in the dog track. You gotta get after somebody, and they've done that. And Coach LeMay's done a great job building the spirit with the team, building the team attitude with that team that they're running as a pack. So it's a really good point for them. We take a break this week with events on Saturday, then we'll get back after it. But just a good point for them in this point of the season to be running those times.
Great. Well, continued success for them. I know it's been a good season so far.
Fonstock goes out and runs a meet like that, and then comes back and he plays in the soccer game at 12:30. So I'd be ready for a nap after.
Yes, you and I both would.
Run.
No question. Hey, let's switch to golf. Boys golf. They had the Hadley over the weekend.
Yes,
and that's a big one. It's been around a long time. How do we do at the Hadley?
I have not seen the results yet at the Hadley. I was checking some other things this morning as we came in, but Drew Seichter and Will Stevens have been leading the pack for us this year. As you said, the Hadley up in the Dayton area is one of the largest high school golfing events in the country. But Drew Seichter's having an outstanding season. Will Stevens as well. They're both shooting in the 37s right now. So we're midway. I guess we're past the midway point. About 2 weeks, we start running the league tournament.
Yes,
and the sectionals. And then Carter McGahee and JP Whittakin. They've been great support golfers as well. So those four leading the way. For the boys, we're feeling pretty good about things right now. But yeah, the Hadley, and then I think we're going to
looks like you have a duel on Tuesday with McNick.
Yes, so everyone's riding the bus out to that one. So some tune-ups this week, and then I'm trying to sneak a glance at the calendar here. I believe next week is the CHL. Yeah, so that'll be a good tune-up, and then we're in the sectionals, and then sectionals in district. So quick season for golf.
It's so interesting that all the sports are midpoint except golf. They're wrapping it up.
Yeah, golf and tennis, and the draw information coming out for golf and tennis yesterday. So yeah, well, you gotta get in, but you get to the state golf tournament, state tennis tournament. Those are some pretty chilly mornings.
No question.
When you start getting to those, girls and guys are coming out in sweatshirts and hoodies, and then getting their game going. So
but we're almost there. I think we're almost there. Yeah. Let's switch over to soccer. Let's go with boys soccer first. Traveled to Taylor, a nice CHL match on Tuesday, and that's it this week for boys. Let's see. Looks like it's been. I'm trying to think. Let me switch over to the girls. Sorry, my system's running slow.
Our girls are home this week with on Wednesday with Taylor, and that's all they have this week. Yeah, everyone's off this Saturday coming up, and so the boys are 5-2-1. It's kind of a quiet 5-2-1. The last couple of matches, we had 0-0 tie with McNick. We had a 1-0 loss to Indian Hill. We had a 2-0 loss to Grandview Heights. the defending state champion, Indian Hill, a Division II power. So it's been kind of rough, and we're thinking, we got to get back on the right side of the ledger. But they broke out for a 5-0 win against Cincinnati Christian. Max Murphy, putting 3 on the board. Looking at the stats this morning, he's our leading scorer and our leading assist. And he's not assisting himself, so he's feeding a lot of people as we get out there. And then Max Miller with 4 shutouts on soccer. So we're playing to the max there with the boys. And then the girls, we talked about them before, being a young team. They're 5-1-1, and so
isn't that interesting how that's come together?
It really has, and just we got a couple people standing out. Addie Zawali's doing a really good job for us, scoring and getting some assists, and Alyssa Dewey, a freshman out there, just doing a great job for us with that. But also we're 5-1-1. We're in the heart of the league.
Outstanding.
Have a surprising tie with Indian Hill last week, but it is what it is. Peyton McCrae, our keeper, is coming back this week. Just a funny, not a funny story, but just a story on Peyton. She blows her knee out last year in a basketball preseason tournament before soccer season, so summer workout. Comes back, first day of practice this year, she's cleared. The next day she practices, bam, breaks her hand, and so she's been out to this point. So she's getting back in the goal now. And then the girls will pick up some momentum. But as you said, they have Taylor this week, and then I think next week they have Batavia and someone else, probably Deer Park, or Wyoming. So yeah, they're getting back in the groove, and they're fun to watch. Just a lot of speed, spreading the ball around really well.
Well, best of luck to both boys and girls soccer this week. Light schedule, but it'll pick up shortly. Let's switch girls tennis.
Okay.
They are loaded this week, but you know what? It's great weather to play tennis. So let's see. Hosting Baden today. Travel to Taylor Tuesday, Wednesday, going up Miami Avenue to face the Mustangs, and that's it for this week. But 3 tough matches.
Yeah, we're getting into the league schedule a little bit there. So you get Taylor and Madera, but they're all just what a great season for them so far. 10-2, a big win over Seven Hills last week, and then challenging Indian Hill, who's always tough in this league, to kind of set the pace for us. But Ella Malafa and Lucy Glassmeyer in our singles, just leading the way for us. Two of our really strong players, but not our strongest, because we have Cece Kuwatch and Veronica Drake and Lucy Hanser, Katie Tolley, getting a lot of doubles action in there, and then some third singles. So just really putting things together on that side and working really hard. It's going to be fun as we get into the tournament draw to see where they go. Last year we placed all of our girls made it to the district round of the tournament, so hopefully we can put 7 up there again. But 10-2 start for us, that's a really good start.
You'll take that, won't you, Coach?
We'll take that across the board if we can get it. But yeah, just good for them. Like you said, great weather this week. We were getting that 95-degree weather a couple of years ago, and they were playing 2-3 matches a week, just getting after it. So a really strong bunch out there, just really doing a great job with it. So I know I've missed a couple of other contributors. We'll make sure we hit on them next week as well. Yeah.
Well, let's wrap this week's podcast up with going inside, even though it's nice out for girls volleyball. Looks like a couple of matches on the road this week. League matches, CHL Wyoming on Tuesday, and then traveling to the park, Deer Park, on Wednesday.
Yeah. So we're getting away from the home. A really great match last week with Madera at home. We went to Taylor, and Taylor's just really strong right now. They're having a really good run with their volleyball, but Madera comes down here, so it's a rivalry game, and the JV go 3 long games, and then the varsity goes 5 long games. So 8 games in a night. Good volleyball is fun. Good volleyball also make a long night. So a very spirited win for our girls. Very exciting win. Good win for them to get over Madera, and then just struggled Saturday morning with Cincinnati Christian. So looking to get back on the board. Wyoming has been the pace setter for the league for a while. So it'd be good to really give them a strong challenge. Hopefully, sneak out of there with a W, and then
Nice.
and with Deer Park, and it just and Deer Park's been tough the last couple of years, and doesn't show on the ledger, but they've been playing everybody close, and so we'll get volleyball wrapped up. Our girls golfers will get out there on the course as well. Charlotte Solar's been leading the way for them, medalists in a couple of matches, and being backed up with Lily Billups and Janie Neville. So that that wraps everybody up for us. We still got room in our golf outing on October 4th. If anyone out there still wants to sponsor something or play in the Hubbard Invitational Terrace Park, it would be a great day for that, especially if this weather keeps up.
Right.
So
They
we're
can
really
get all that information on MariemontSports.com. It's right there on the front page. Click on that and get registered and sponsor and all that kind of good stuff.
good stuff all
All
around.
right, Coach. Well, I appreciate your time this morning. Have a wonderful week. It's going to be nice to go out and support the Warriors. Best of luck to all the teams, and we'll touch base next week.
Sounds good. Appreciate everything, Rob. We will see you next Monday.
Sounds great. Have a good one. Thanks, Tom.